Over the past decade, wildlife law enforcers or WAYOs from DENR and other agencies have attended face-to-face capacity building trainings on environmental and wildlife law enforcement, often running several hours a day over 5 or more days. This takes them away from their actual enforcement and field work. Now, online e-learning courses for wildlife law enforcement training are available 24/7 for WAYOs and other stakeholders. They can now access an online library of current, legally and technically accurate information on wildlife law enforcement, relevant materials, and job aids that they can refer to again and again at their own time, pace, and safe space. Welcome to the course Wildlife Law Enforcement Online Training. This is Bowie and this is Ila, and they will be your guides throughout the course. There are 7 modules and 18 topics in this course. The first module, Wildlife Law Enforcement in the Philippines, provides an overview on Philippine biodiversity and the policies and agreements that shape wildlife law enforcement in the country. It includes an introduction to illegal wildlife trade, one of the most serious threats to Philippine biodiversity and sustainable economic development. Species commonly involved in wildlife crimes, the second module, will help you identify and differentiate between commonly traded and threatened plants and animals, and gives a range of tools and resources you can use in their identification and handling. The third module, Substantive Laws on Wildlife Resources Protection, covers the laws in wildlife protection and conservation, such as the Wildlife Resources Conservation and Protection Act or RA 9147, Forestry Code, eNIPAS, and Fisheries Code. It also provides a guide to permits used to authorize and monitor wildlife trade. The fourth module, Other Crimes Against Wildlife, discusses money laundering and online wildlife trade as crimes that threaten Philippine biodiversity. Roles and responsibilities of government agencies in wildlife law enforcement, the fifth module, provides a summary of how local agencies can work together to combat wildlife crimes. Procedural laws on wildlife resources protection are the focus of the last 2 modules. Here you will learn the processes and procedures wildlife law enforcers follow to implement wildlife protection and conservation laws. Let us walk you through how to take a module on our course page. Each module and topic can be taken separately, but the course page shows the logical sequence. Each topic is an interactive lesson with a short quiz at the end to test your comprehension. To start, expand the module to view all relevant topics, select the one you want to take, and click Enter. Get a full view of the lesson by adjusting the scrolling panel. You'll notice glowing icons on some slides. These are called markers and they describe the common name and scientific name of photos of wildlife species. They also define terms you may not be familiar with. There are also knowledge checks to review and reinforce what you've learned. This will help you prepare for the quiz at the end of each topic. You are not required to pass the knowledge checks. The quiz can have true or false, multiple choice, matching type, and sequence arrangement questions. You need to pass the quiz for the topic to be marked as completed. You will find a list of subject matter experts and reviewers, references, and photo credits on the references slide. In case you have to leave the course, you can always go back to where you left off. Just reopen the topic from the course page, then click Yes. If you want to start fresh, click No. Once you complete the topic, you can proceed to the next one by clicking this button. Or you can select the next topic using the navigation drop-down. You must go through a topic for the first time from beginning to end. After doing so, you can go back to and refer to any section of the topic. This course content is based on the Consolidated Law Enforcement Training modules, Wildlife Law Enforcement Manual of Operations, Basic Wildlife Law Enforcement Online Training, and Training of Trainers presentations. All modules were developed in coordination with subject matter experts with wide experience in wildlife and environmental law enforcement, policy, and capacity building. If you need help on the course, feel free to contact elearning@adb.org. Thank you for your time and attention. Learn and enjoy the course.